As Grand Marshal of Dixie State University, it is my privilege to proclaim the opening of this 2021 commencement ceremony. Please stand and join in singing our national anthem. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Michael LaCourse, DSU's Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Thank you, Professor Parson, for the presentation of the University Mace. We also thank our banner carriers representing each college and the Dixie State Symphony Band under the direction of Dr. Brian Smith for providing the music for today's ceremony. Members of the class of 2021, Board of Higher Education, Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, administrative staff, and honored guests, greetings to all of you and a very special welcome to the parents, spouses, partners, relatives, and friends of our graduates. Your encouragement, support, and presence in the lives of these students has contributed greatly to this joyous occasion. It is now my honor to recognize the commencement participants on the stage. When I call their names, I ask that they briefly stand and then be seated. Please hold your applause until all of our guests have been announced. Seated with us on the stand this morning are Dr. Richard B. Williams, Dixie State University President, the Honorable Gary R. Herbert, our commencement speaker, Mr. David R. Wolstenhume, Commissioner, Utah Board of Higher Education, Ms. Patricia Jones, member of the Utah Board of Higher Education, Ms. Nina Barnes, Vice Chair of the Utah Board of Higher Education, members of the Dixie State University Board of Trustees, Mr. David L. Clark, Chair, Ms. Tiffany L. Larkin Wilson, Ms. Colleen Kvetko, Mr. Tony Christensen, Mr. John T. Pike, Ms. Kelly Prince, who also serves as the Alumni Association President, Ms. Penny Mills, who also serves as President of the Dixie State University Student Association, representing the Dixie State University Administration, Mr. Courtney R. White, Chief of Staff, Ms. Brecky Broadbent, General Counsel, Mr. Paul C. Morris, Vice President of Administrative Affairs, Mr. Henry Walton, Assistant to the President for Community and Government Relations, Mr. Del Beatty, Vice President of Student Affairs, Mr. Brad Lass, Vice President of University Advancement, Dr. Tasha Toy, Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Jason Booth, Executive Director of Athletics. Dr. Jeffrey W. Jarvis, Dean of the College of Art. Dr. Kyle Wells, Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Brenda Saby, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Eliezer Bermudez, Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Dr. Stephen Lee, Dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. Eric D. Pedersen, Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Ms. Kelly Peterson Fairchild, Dean of Library and Open Learning Services. Dr. Pam Cantrell, Associate Provost for Academic and Budget Planning and Director of Graduate Studies. Dr. William Christensen, President, Dixie State University Faculty Senate. Ms. Susan Ertel, President-elect of the Dixie State University Faculty Senate. Our former Dixie State University President, Dr. Douglas D. Alder. Mr. Leonardo Lupiano, valedictorian and student speaker. Mr. Cameron Morby, Chair of the Dixie State University Foundation Executive Board. Faculty Emeritus Award recipients, Ms. Diana Albertini, Dr. Kelly Bringhurst, and Dr. Timothy Bywater. Mr. Del Parson, Grand Marshal. Our graduation name readers, Dr. Adriana Brandt, Professor of Education. Ms. Darlene Dilley, Associate Provost for Enrollment Management. Mr. Chris Gifford, Director of Branch Campuses, and Dr. Diana Reese, Assistant Professor of Chemistry. We'd also like to welcome our state legislators, county commissioners, mayors, city council members, and other elected officials who may be in attendance. With those in attendance, please stand and be recognized. Thank you all for being with us today. A detailed list of platform guests and emeriti faculty is included in the printed program for your reference. I wish to acknowledge and express our gratitude to the many volunteers who make this ceremony possible. Sincere thanks to our wonderful staff and faculty graduation volunteers. Would the members of our Dixie State University esteemed faculty please stand? We wish to recognize them for their profound impact on the success of our 2021 graduating class. We would also like to welcome several of our faculty emeriti sitting in the front row. Thank you, and please be seated. Would the members of our Dixie State University professional staff please stand? We wish to recognize and thank you for the support and guidance you have provided our graduates during their time here at Dixie State University. Thank you, and please be seated. To present faculty emeriti certificates to select members of our esteemed faculty, please welcome Dr. Richard B. Williams, 18th President of Dixie State University, to the podium.
Would Ms. Diane Albertini, Ms. Catherine Blakely, who is representing the late Mr. Glenn Blakely, Dr. Kelly Bringhurst, and Dr. Timothy Bywater, please join me at the podium to be recognized as our newest emeritus faculty. Professor Emeritus status is a mark of distinction granted to faculty members whose service has been characterized by high professional achievement, who have given long, outstanding service to the institution. Only retiring faculty members who have served Dixie State University for at least 15 years immediately prior to their retirement are considered for this honor. This year, we honor 4 members of our distinguished faculty, Ms. Diane Albertini, Mr. Glenn Blakely posthumously, Dr. Kelly Bringhurst, and Dr. Timothy Bywater.
The language common on each plaque that is presented to our emeriti faculty reads, "The Board of Trustees and Administration of Dixie State University, upon recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority in them vested, award the honor of Assistant Associate, and Professor Emeritus in recognition of distinguished service and significant achievement, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining, given at Dixie State University in the state of Utah on the 3rd day of May in the year 2021. To Ms. Diane Albertini in the field of English. Posthumously, Mr. Glenn Blakely in the field of ceramics. Accepting the posthumous degree in ceramics on behalf of the late Mr. Glenn Blakely is Mr. Blakely's wife, Mrs. Catherine Blakely. Dr. Kelly Bringhurst in the field of environmental science. And Dr. Timothy Bywater in the field of English. Thank you for your years of dedicated service to Dixie State University. It is now my honor and privilege to again introduce Dr. Richard B. Williams, 18th President of Dixie State University, to deliver his remarks. President Williams.
Thank you, Dr. LaCourse. Graduates, families and friends, members of the Utah State Board of Higher Education, Dixie State Board of Trustees, distinguished legislators, platform guests, faculty, staff, and administration. It is my honor to welcome you to the 110th commencement ceremony at Dixie State University. As we have been navigating the uncharted waters of a global pandemic, we are especially thrilled to be able to honor the accomplishments of our graduates in person. I'd like to give a special welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. We know the important role that you have served in the journey of our students. We would like to recognize all of you. Graduates, will you please join me in recognizing your families for the support and assistance they have provided you. We trust you are proud of the achievements of your graduate and are satisfied that Dixie State University has served them well. The entire university takes great pride in the role it plays in helping students during the short time that they are with us. To the faculty and staff, thank you for the important work you do to help our students succeed. I've stood at this podium for 7 commencements and have had the honor to express my gratitude to our wonderful faculty and staff. This year is no different, but yet, as we all know, it's certainly very different. I've not only had the privilege to watch our faculty and staff rise to the occasion as president, but also as a parent. I have a daughter who will graduate today with her master's degree and a son with his associate's degree. I've seen what our faculty and staff do through their eyes. I cannot thank our faculty and staff enough for their heroic efforts in helping our students reach their academic goals during a global pandemic. The dedication they display by committing their lives to education is what will make the world a better place. Will the faculty and staff once again please stand and let us recognize you. Thank you. I would also like to bring to your attention the 2 white gloves here below the university mace that sit here in front of the podium. These gloves are in memoriam for Mr. Glenn Blakely, who served as the Commencement Grand Marshal of Dixie State University for the past 10 years. Commencement Grand Marshal is an honor that is given to the most senior tenured faculty member. Glenn wore these gloves while carrying the mace as Grand Marshal for all these years. Glenn, often referred to as everybody's best friend, dedicated nearly 45 years of his life to Dixie State University, making a difference in the lives of thousands of students, faculty, staff, and alumni. A world-class artist, ceramicist, photographer, painter, and renowned teacher and mentor, he will be missed, but his legacy will live on. Our December commencement was the last time he served as our Grand Marshal, passing away on December 31st due to complications with COVID-19. Earlier in the program, we were honored to present a Faculty Emeritus Award to his family. I would also like to express my gratitude to Leonardo Lupiano for being here today to provide our student address. Today, we're making history in that Leo is the first international student coming from the country of Brazil to serve as the valedictorian for Dixie State University. We are truly honored to have him with us and excited to hear his words of wisdom. Congratulations, Leo, for being selected to represent your classmates. I also want to note that fellow classmate Bilkis Adetola from Nigeria will be the first international student to ever earn a graduate degree from Dixie State University. Congratulations, Bilkis. I welcome former Governor Gary R. Herbert, who will provide our keynote address. Governor Herbert is a champion of education and was in office when Dixie College became a university. We are grateful he is here with us today. He was scheduled to be here a year ago, but the world shut down at that point. What stands out to me about this graduating class is that you are dedicated, committed, unique, and from what I have witnessed the past 9 months, you have grit. If the global pandemic wasn't challenging enough, we started the year with a flood the evening before the first day of class, displacing many students. You all rose to the occasion and helped one another, which is very telling about this group of graduates. This graduate class represents 25 different states and 5 different countries. Also, 40% of this class are first-generation students, students that are the first in their families to earn a college degree. 63% of this class are female, 37% are male. The age range of this graduating class is 17 years old to 72 years young. What a great class. These graduates have also been at Dixie State University during some of its most historic times, a time of great growth and expansion. While you've been here, enrollment has increased 42% from 8,500 to over 12,000 students. Early indications are that we will continue that enrollment growth trajectory next year. Today's commencement is the first where we will recognize graduates from 2 new master's degrees in marriage and family therapy and technical writing and digital rhetoric. This will also be the second time that more baccalaureate degrees have been awarded than any other degree. You witnessed student scholarship funds double from $10 million to close to $20 million in student aid. You saw many new construction projects on campus, such as Campus View Suites, Brooks Stop, the Human Performance Center, Booth Wellness Center, Atwood Innovation Plaza, the Science, Engineering, and Technology Building, the DSU Kanab Center, and Greater Zion Stadium, which garnered the largest donation in the history of our institution. Many existing buildings were remodeled, including Trailblazer Cafe, McDonald, Browning, and Udvar-Hazy buildings, as well as the DSU Hurricane Center and the new Student Welcome Center in the Holland Centennial Commons. While you were here, our academic programs were transformed. Over 111 new academic programs were added, including 4 graduate degrees and 4 online programs. DSU was ranked for the first time in the history by the U.S. News and World Report and has continued to be ranked the past 3 years. You witnessed our DSU Police Department become the first campus police department to be accredited by the Utah Chiefs of Police Association, which helped us be ranked 3rd safest campus in the U.S. During your time here, over 150 faculty and staff were added. 15 multicultural programs were hosted annually. You provided our community with close to 2 million hours of service and saw millions of dollars raised to keep Dixie State University as the most affordable university in Utah and the West. Last but certainly not least, you became trailblazers and saw the transition of our athletics program to Division I. While you've been here, you have grown, but so have we. That brings us to today. Graduates, today is the beginning of a new phase in your lives. I know you're probably thinking to yourself that you are sick of new phases in your lives, and I personally don't blame you. But this is an exciting new phase, a phase of growth and new experiences. When you came to Dixie State, we welcomed you by telling you these will be some of the best years of your life, which was true. However, there are even better days that lie ahead. One of my most memorable moments I have each year is welcoming the incoming freshmen and feeling the energy and the excitement they have for fulfilling their dreams. However, there is no feeling better than standing here today, looking out at all of you, knowing the hard work, the determination and sacrifice it took to earn a college degree. I realize many of you are worried about your future, but in my observation, you got this. Let me close with one last admonition. Be optimistic. If you're like me, optimism has been a challenge this year. Thank goodness the global pandemic is almost over. But as I have reflected on what I have learned over the past 12 months, I am far more grateful than I am resentful. Winston Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." Trailblazers are people that make, do, or discover something new and make it acceptable or popular. We need trailblazing optimists. We believe you will be the trailblazers that make the world a better place. Be optimistic in all you do. Apply lessons you have learned during your time with us and blaze your own trail. Thank you for all you've given to this great institution as students. I also want to thank you for what you're about to contribute as our alumni. I'm looking forward to talking to you at future alumni events and seeing how you have applied the skills and knowledge you have acquired while at Dixie State to advance your careers, serve your communities, and literally help change the world. I hope you return often so that we can actually shake your hand and pat you on the back once things return to normal. To each of you, congratulations and best wishes for a rich and fulfilling life. Health and safety to you and your families. Go Trailblazers.
Thank you, President Williams, for those words of inspiration. We now wish to pay tribute to our Latin Honors graduates. The names of all honors graduates are listed in the program. The distinction of Latin Honors is reserved for baccalaureate graduates. Latin Honors include the designations of cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Cum laude graduates must have a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.65. Magna cum laude graduates are those students with a grade point average of at least 3.80, and the honor of summa cum laude is awarded to those graduates with a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.95. All Latin honor recipients have been provided with a golden honor stole, embroidered with the Dixie State University logo. Will all Latin honor graduates cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all Latin honor graduates magna cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all Latin honor graduates summa cum laude please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will all Latin honor, we now pay tribute to our honors graduates. Their names are listed in the commencement program. The distinction of honors is awarded to recipients of associate degrees according to the following standards. Honors are awarded to students whose cumulative grade point average is at least 3.5. High honors are awarded to students whose cumulative grade point average is at least 3.75. Dixie State University recognizes all associate honor graduates with a golden honor cord as part of their regalia. Will all associate degree honors graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Please join me again in congratulating all of these students for their outstanding academic achievements. We now want to pause and express our deepest gratitude to all of our graduates who are veterans, those who have served or are serving in the military. Will all graduates who are veterans or are currently serving in the military please stand and receive the honor and gratitude of this assembly. Will all military veterans and active duty service members in the audience also please stand and receive our gratitude. Thank you. In selecting our valedictorian student speaker this year, we invited all interested baccalaureate candidates with cumulative grade point averages of 3.98 or higher to apply for the honor. A faculty committee then evaluated and selected a speaker based on the quality of their commencement address. I am pleased to introduce to you now our valedictorian student speaker, Mr. Leonardo Lupiano. Leonardo Lupiano, son of Nivaldo Lupiano and Mara Almeida, was born and raised in Sao Paulo, Brazil. At 16 years old, Leonardo left Brazil on his own to come to the United States and pursue his dream of attending an American university. He completed his high school studies in Layton, Utah. Leonardo graduated from DSU with his Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice in the fall of 2020 and is now receiving his Bachelor of Science in Business Management here today, where he is the first international student to ever be selected as a valedictorian. While a full-time student at DSU, Leonardo became involved in university life in many different ways, including as a resident assistant, working with the Dixie State University Office of the General Counsel, working with Atwood Innovation Plaza, and finally, implementing Dixie State University's first legal clinic. In the spring of 2020, Leonardo also worked as a law and policy analyst at the Utah State Capitol, where he had the opportunity to assist with the drafting and voting of bills. More recently, Leonardo joined the management team of Trula Foundation, a nonprofit that has created a peer support program at DSU to provide accessible and convenient social and mental health supports to students. In the future, Leonardo aspires to attend law school and specialize in criminal law. Due to travel restrictions, Leonardo's family was unable to attend today's ceremony and are watching from Brazil. We would like to invite President Williams to the podium, who will introduce Leonardo in Portuguese for those watching from Brazil.
Leonardo Lupiano, filho de Nivaldo Lupiano e Mara Almeida, nasceu e cresceu em São Paulo, Brasil. Aos 16 anos, Leonardo se mudou para os Estados Unidos sozinho para conquistar o sonho de estudar em uma universidade americana. Leonardo se formou como grau de associado em Justiça Criminal no outono de 2020. E está recebendo o bacharelado de Ciências e Administração de Empresa aqui hoje, onde ele é o primeiro aluno internacional a ser escolhido para ser o orador dos formados do ano no Dixie State University. No seu período de estudo integral na universidade, Leonardo serviu como assistente de residência, trabalhou como escritório de Conselho Geral da Dixie, contribuiu no Atwood Innovation Plaza e implementou a clínica legal da Dixie State. Na primavera de 2020, Leonardo também trabalhou como analista de lei e política no capítulo do estado de Utah. Recentemente, Leonardo juntou-se ao time de gerenciamento da Fundação Trula, uma organização sem fins lucrativos que criou um programa de apoio na Dixie State University. No futuro, Leonardo pretende estudar advocacia e especializar em lei criminal. Please join me in welcoming Leonardo Lupiano.
Thank you. Hello, My name is Leonardo Lupiano. As the first international student to be selected as a valedictorian at Dixie State University, I'm excited and honored to be here today and share with you my experiences and what I have learned at DSU. My journey to Dixie State University started about 8 years ago, at 15, when I made the decision to leave my home, family, and friends to move to the United States, a place I had never been to before. At that time, I couldn't speak English. On August 23rd, 2014, I boarded the plane and started a new journey. I can still remember exactly how I felt when the plane landed in Atlanta. It was exciting, but also very scary. I like to think that was the moment I unofficially became a trailblazer. For 4 years, I moved around the country, from the East Coast to the Midwest, and finally going to college in snowy Montana. I had a good time in Montana, but I'm from Brazil. I'm used to tropical weather, so living up there was tough. So in 2018, I transferred to Dixie State University, where I officially became a trailblazer. As soon as I arrived, I was welcomed and embraced by the university and the community like never before. For the first time in years, I actually felt like I belonged. At DSU, I saw faculty and staff provide myself and other students with guidance and opportunities we wouldn't get anywhere else. And while they're embracing and caring, they also challenged us. As an example, I had a defining moment in my sophomore year when I was invited to lunch by my business law professor. He challenged me to get out of my comfort zone and do things I didn't even think I was capable of. That 20-minute lunch conversation at the cafeteria opened my eyes to new possibilities and propelled me to take on greater challenges. For me, that's what DSU is all about. It will embrace you, challenge you to be better. It provides you with the guidance and opportunities no matter where you come from, what you look like, or what your background is. Me being here today is proof of that. But it wasn't just faculty and staff that inspired me here at DSU. It was also the students. Through my positions on campus as an RA, working at the Innovation Plaza, or running the legal clinic, I had the pleasure of meeting amazing students at every single stage of life. Some seemed to have everything figured out. Others were still trying to discover themselves. Many tend to think that we're supposed to have everything figured out all the time. I used to think that as well. However, by meeting and becoming friends with so many amazing people with different stories at DSU, I finally realized that every journey is incomparable. Everyone's trail is different, and each person's steps are unique. Your trail may not be as clear as the next person's, but that is okay. To get to this point, all of us had to overcome challenges and make sacrifices, like living away from family, working long hours, or trying to make time to have a life outside of school and work. For me, my biggest challenge was being away from my parents, who couldn't be here today because of travel restrictions. I'm sure that many of us, including myself, consider giving everything up at some point, but here we are. That wouldn't have been possible without the support from friends and mentors here at the university. You see, overcoming challenges is, in my opinion, what makes this moment so good and worth it. The truth is, we would not be who we are or be here today if it wasn't for the unique experiences and challenges we have had in our lives. Now, we're about to start blazing a new trail. To be honest with you, I feel exactly how I felt years ago when that plane landed. Excited and scared. Perhaps some of you feel the same way, which is understandable. After all, what we have in front of us is the unknown, and the reality is that sometimes things won't go as planned. But if there's one thing that life has taught me in the past few years, is that when things don't go as planned, it's because something better will come along. It's just part of the journey. It's up to us to make the best out of the situation and move forward. That's what makes the journey fun. The fact that we're graduating from Dixie State University, especially during these difficult times, goes to show that each and every one of us is more than capable of overcoming any future challenges that come our way. Today, just like DSU embraces every student, as you continue to blaze your own trail, I encourage all of you to embrace the unknown that's ahead of you, take risks, and enjoy your journey, which is so unique and makes you who you are. Thank you. Go Trailblazers.
Thank you, Mr. Lupiano, for your inspirational words, and congratulations again for your academic accomplishments. On this special occasion of you being selected the first international valedictorian student speaker, I wish to read a letter to you, written by the Ambassador of Brazil to the United States. Dear Leonardo, congratulations on completing your degree in Business Administration and Criminal Justice at Dixie State University in Utah, and especially for the university's decision to award you the high academic distinction of Valedictorian for the class of 2020-2021. I know that this is the first time that Dixie has awarded this distinction to an international student. Your achievement is a source of pride not only for the hundreds of international students at the university, but also for the large community of Brazilian students in the United States. Your success also shows the ability of Brazilian youth to overcome challenges and stand out among the brightest students in this country. I was pleased to learn that your contribution over 3 years of study went well beyond academics. Colby Jenkins, the director of Dixie's Atwood Innovation Plaza, kindly remarked that your talent was essential to the creation of startups and the link between entrepreneurial students and angel investors. I learned of your efforts last year in creating the Dixie Law Office, which is responsible for providing free legal advice to students in areas such as family, probate, and commercial law. Possibly the most superlative example of your relationship with the university community and the city of St. George has been your volunteer work for the Trula Foundation's mental health care and social support program for students. These initiatives will certainly have been the most distinctive note marking your passage through Dixie's hallowed halls, forging the path of an auspicious legal career, as seems to be your vocation. I believe you will also be able to contribute to the activities of the community of highly qualified researchers and entrepreneurs of the Brazilian science and technology diaspora in the United States, which develops projects in coordination with the Brazilian Embassy that benefit Brazilian society in areas such as health, education, technology, and innovation. Finally, and with gratitude, I would like to highlight Dixie's generosity and recognizes in a fair and timely manner the academic success of an exemplary Brazilian student whose performance helps to strengthen the historic bonds of friendship between Brazil and the United States. Leonardo, on May 7th, when you receive your graduation diploma and high academic distinction from Dixie State University, I am sure that your family in Sao Paulo, proud of their Brazilian son, will be joining all of us in sending you the most fervent best wishes of good fortune for your professional success and personal happiness. Congratulations, Dixie's Trailblazer. Signed, Nestor Forster Jr., Brazilian Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the United States of America, Washington, D.C. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, the Honorable Gary R. Herbert, 17th Governor of Utah. Governor Gary R. Herbert served as the 17th Governor of Utah from 2009 to 2021. During his tenure, his focus was on economic development, education, energy, and efficiency in government. As a result, Utah is recognized as a premier business destination and a great place to live and raise families, with an unsurpassed quality of life. Governor Herbert was born and raised in Utah County, where he would eventually serve as a county commissioner for 14 years. He attended Brigham Young University, served 6 years in the Utah National Guard from 1970 to 1976, and started a successful real estate brokerage and development company, Herbert and Associates, Inc. He served as the president of the Utah Association of Realtors and the president of the Utah Association of Counties. Governor Herbert has also served as chair of both the Western Governors Association, National Governors Association, and was the president of the Council of State Governments. Prior to becoming governor, he served as Utah's lieutenant governor for 4.5 years. Governor Herbert and his wife, Jeanette, have lived in Orem for over 50 years and are the proud parents of 6 children and 17 grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming Governor Gary R. Herbert to the podium.
Well, thank you, Dr. LaCourse. I appreciate that more than generous introduction. I'd also like to thank and express my deep appreciation to President Williams and the staff and faculty that are running this great institution. Let me just inject here that these kind of events don't just happen. Many people working behind the scenes in somewhat anonymity made it possible for us to gather here today. So let us give them a round of applause for providing this opportunity. It's a singular honor for me to be invited to speak here today and to receive this honorary degree alongside the class of 2021. I heartily congratulate each and every student who is here receiving a diploma and is sharing this occasion with family and friends. To you students, your commencement is not a small thing or just a ceremony. You and your family have undoubtedly worked hard, sacrificed much, and in doing so have prepared yourself for the future. This is a defining moment as you commence into the next chapter of your life. This is an exciting time for you, as it is also, coincidentally, for me. After more than 30 years in public service, including serving the last 11 and a half years as Utah's governor, I too am excited about what my next chapter will bring. And to add to the spirit of this celebration, today is my 74th birthday. A way to get cheap applause, but thank you. Now, I could spend quite a bit of time talking and sharing words of wisdom about what I've learned over these past 74 years, but before I do, let me share a short video with a message that we all, and particularly politicians, would be wise to adopt. Please show the video.
This day you fought with honor. This day you vanquished those that mean to smite us. The Dark Lord forged his enemies to wreak their terror, but we persevered and slayed them forthwith. In the years to come, they will sing our victory song, as we sung for our forefathers.
Sorry.
For the
Sorry, guys. Just one thing I thought I might bring up.
Whatever is it, brother of the watch, fellow kinsman?
Yeah, this.
Honored knight of the Third Men.
This is what I want to talk about. We are using way too many words, guys.
How doth thou mean, proud warrior of the North? Brave son of the
There. That's what we could really speed things up around here if we just cut down on the wordage.
How so, brother of the cloth? Defender of the North.
Well, like in battle today, when you yelled, I'm paraphrasing, but noble horde, raise thy shields, from yonder field of battle approaches, is it thy enemies' arrows?
Yeah.
Yeah, next time, just yell duck. I reckon. You know, I mean, a lot of us died before you finished talking.
So, not speak in such an elongated way for the sake of time.
Exactly. Actually, and just while we're on the topic, we were just talking about this, weren't we? The tales that we tell, the one about the ring and the short, hairy foot people, maybe that could be just one story, you know, instead of 6 3-hour unnecessarily long stories.
Some merit you may have in your words, my brother. I see how my verbose retelling may elongate the...
I don't think you do.
No?
Yeah, even this, the victory speech you're making, I don't know. I just think maybe just say we won or something. You know, you guys, yeah?
Yeah. Your words have resonated deep in my mind, my brother.
Again, I don't think they have, because he's still doing it.
We won! Yeah!
So, you won. You graduated. Congratulations. And in the spirit of brevity, as I do not want to elongate my speech, but I do want to share 3 points of encouragement that I've learned in my life that may be helpful to you. Number 1, be grateful. Have an attitude of gratitude for all the blessings in your life. I can say without hesitation that I would never have made it through 30 years of public service weathered the ups and downs of politics and the associated challenges I faced without the help and partnership of my dear wife, Jeanette, who is here with us today, sitting over there somewhere. Give her a round of applause. I'm also mindful and grateful for the additional support of family, friends, teachers, mentors, and many others that helped me along the way. And I believe that you all can say similar things. So don't let this day pass without saying thank you to the many, many people who enabled this important achievement in your life. And incidentally, be grateful for the time in which you are now living. With the pandemic, strife in the world, too much divisiveness and backbiting, it is easy to become negative. But I promise you that today is the best time in the history of the world to be alive. Be grateful for that blessing in your life. Number 2, make a commitment to work hard and to make a positive difference. I can promise you that effort is the biggest determinant for success. And that is true for everything in life. From your personal relationships with your family and friends to your work efforts in your chosen profession and everything in between. Always give your best efforts. A strong work ethic often creates opportunities and success, but it always builds character. Now, I know from experience that there will always be naysayers and critics along the pathway of life. But I take heart from a statement by one of our greatest and most dynamic presidents, President Teddy Roosevelt. I'm going to paraphrase a bit here, but he said, quote, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." I challenge you to dare to do great things and to give it your best effort. Number 3, give back. There is a tendency, probably in all of us, to be just a little bit selfish and think, isn't it all about me? We need to look for ways to help each other and our communities and to do our part to make it better for those who will follow us. After all, you're trailblazers, right? We have a great heritage as Americans and Utahns here in the state, and I'd add our international students understand these principles very well. I think of this great institution of higher learning that started 110 years ago with just 13 students that has now grown today to have 2,273 graduates. Those 13 students were trailblazers. You're trailblazers. I also think of our early pioneers coming here and colonizing the West. They built trails that they would never use again. They planted crops that they would never harvest, and they built bridges that they would never cross. They did it for those who would follow and who would come later. And we all should strive to find ways to smooth out the trail for those who come after us. There is an old African proverb with an important lesson in this regard that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I have found in my life experience that coming together in a spirit of collaboration is not only easier and more productive, but more enjoyable. I have learned that lesson repeatedly in my life, especially during my years as governor. The problems and challenges at times seemed overwhelming, such as funding for education, bringing the economy out of the deep recession that we had, and most recently addressing the massive impacts of a global pandemic. I learned that if I brought a group of leaders together, even with different points of view, bring them into a room, sit them down, and tell them no one was leaving until we could reach a consensus, and that means the spirit of open-mindedness and compromise, that we most often had success in solving a problem and building a consensus and a pathway forward. One example of coming together like this was in October of 2013 during the federal government shutdown. Some of you may remember that. Unfortunately, as that part of that shutdown, our national parks were closed Tourists were turned away, and the livelihoods of business owners, particularly those in rural Utah, and in this great community, were put in peril. I was determined to open the parks, yet we were told by many in Washington, D.C. that there was nothing we could do to solve this problem. Rather than take this as the final answer, I personally contacted then Interior Secretary Sally Jewell and said, quote, "Let's not talk about what we can't do. Let's talk about what we can do. We can do this." And that's exactly what we did. It took people of goodwill with a willingness to work for a solution and people on both sides of the aisle working together. We did this over an unbelievably short period of time. We found agreement. We had lawyers prepare the contracts, and we had them signed by both state and federal officials in less than 72 hours. Our parks reopened, and cheers resounded throughout the state, particularly rural Utah, and frankly, from around the nation and around the globe. We do a lot of things well in Utah, but doing nothing is not one of them. In conclusion, let me just say that I hope that each of you will leave here today feeling very proud of what you've accomplished and very grateful for those who helped, taught, and encouraged you along the way. I also hope that after the happy dances and the celebrations, that you will again envision your future. It is a new beginning. It is commencement. I encourage you to think boldly, dare to do mighty things. Resolve now that you will be more than just a rugged individualist, that will be a sharer, a collaborator, an overall contributor to the causes and challenges of the day. I can speak candidly and say, we need you. I believe we need your good work and your dedication now more than most any other time in American history. So today, you're thanking your families and mentors. And when you're 74 years of age like me and sharing your own life experiences with younger friends and loved ones, they will be thanking you for making the future brighter. Good luck, best wishes, and God bless you and all that you all as you begin to write your next chapter. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor Herbert. We will next be pleased to listen to the Dixie State University Symphony Band under the direction of Dr. Brian Smith as they present Laugh Out Loud by Robert Buckley.
It is now my pleasure to award our 2021 honorary doctorate degrees. Will Governor Gary R. Herbert please come to the podium? As a staunch supporter of education, Governor Herbert prioritized improving educational opportunities and outcomes for the students of Utah during his 11 and a half years in office. Early in his first term, he formed the Education Excellence Commission, which went on to develop Utah's educational roadmap, a vision for statewide education success. His laser-like focus and steady leadership led to impressive results. For example, high school dropout rates fell dramatically, and post-secondary degree and certificate attainment numbers climbed statewide. Specifically, here at Dixie State, the institution grew dramatically under Governor Herbert's leadership and focus. When he was sworn in at the beginning of the 2009-2010 academic year, Dixie State College had a student population of 7,599 and was home to 10 baccalaureate degrees. Today, Dixie State University boasts a student body of over 12,000 and is home to 53 bachelor's degrees and 4 master's degree programs. Significantly helping with this growth, Governor Herbert signed legislation granting Dixie State university status in 2013. Additionally, throughout his entire tenure, he supported student success, academic programs, and infrastructure that have made our campus the flourishing university it is today. Governor Herbert has a long history of being a true champion for Dixie State University and our students. As authorized by the State Board of Higher Education, Dixie State University takes pride in awarding this Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree to Governor Gary R. Herbert. I invite Trustees Chair David L. Clark to join me at the podium. Chair Clark, will you please assist me in placing the hood on our honored guest?
At the recommendation of the Dixie State University Administration and the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested in me by law and the Utah Board of Higher Education, I confer upon you, Governor Gary R. Herbert, the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto, in official recognition of your dedication to causes that are just and your service and contribution for the good of humankind. We are grateful and proud to recognize you. Congratulations.
Accepting the posthumous honorary doctorate degree on behalf of Mr. Lindsay Atwood will be Mrs. Laura Atwood. Mrs. Atwood, would you please come and join me at the stadium? Mr. Lindsay T. Atwood was a lifelong entrepreneur and businessman, having founded, developed, and sold 6 companies over the course of 37 years. After his first successful business, Lindsay's Meat and Seafood Company, Mr. Atwood founded Paradise Optical and Alpine Vision Centers, True Vision, Inc., and True Hearing. Additionally, he was a limited partner for Mercado Partners. Mr. Atwood served on DSU's Board of Trustees and played a crucial role in founding Atwood Innovation Plaza, to which he dedicated countless hours of work and generous donations. He also volunteered here at Dixie State as an instructor, business mentor, and member of the National Advisory Board. Additionally, he was an active member of the Utah Angels and sat on the Westminster College Advisor MBA Board. Mr. Atwood also provided scholarship funding at Juan Diego Catholic High School and DSU. Other philanthropic efforts included donations to Intermountain Healthcare and Switchpoint Community Resource Center. Mr. Atwood was married to Laura Atwood, and they have 6 children, 12 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren.
At the recommendation of the Dixie State University Administration and the Board of Trustees, and by the authority vested in me by law and the Utah Board of Higher Education, I confer upon Mr. Lindsay Atwood the honorary degree of Doctorate of Humanities, posthumously award, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereunto, in official recognition of his dedication to the causes that are just and his service and contribution for the good of humankind. We are all grateful and proud to recognize Mr. Lindsay Atwood. Thank you, Laura.
Dixie State University confers a posthumous degree to a student who is deceased prior to completion of all degree requirements as recognition of their academic achievement. Today, we will be awarding a posthumous degree to Ms. Mackenzie Brooke Eschler and Mr. Samuel Maluamaka Tupola. Accepting a posthumous degree in exercise science on behalf of the late Mackenzie Brooke Eschler is Mackenzie's mother, Beth Eschler. At the recommendation of the President and faculty to the Board of Trustees, and as authorized by law and the Utah Board of Higher Education, Dixie State University has conferred upon Mackenzie Brooke Eschler the degree of Bachelor of Science in Exercise Science Posthumous Award with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. This diploma, duly signed, has been issued in St. George, Utah, this 7th day of May in the year 2021, signed by Harris H. Simmons, Chair, Utah Board of Higher Education, David R. Wolstenhume, Commissioner, Utah System of Higher Education, Dr. Richard B. Williams, President, Dixie State University, and David Clark, Chair, Dixie State University Board of Trustees. Accepting a posthumous degree in general studies on behalf of the late Samuel Maluamaka Tupola is Samuel's grandfather, Samuel Tupola, and accompanied by Samuel's brother, Sosedi Tupola. At the recommendation of the President and faculty to the Board of Trustees, and as authorized by law and the Utah Board of Higher Education, Dixie State University has conferred upon Samuel Maluamaka Tupola the degree of Associate of Science in General Studies Posthumous Award with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. This diploma, duly signed, has been issued in St. George, Utah, this 7th day of May in the year 2021, signed by Harris H. Simmons, Chair, Utah Board of Higher Education, David R. Wolstenhume, Commissioner, Utah System of Higher Education, Dr. Richard B. Williams, President, Dixie State University, and David Clark, Chair, Dixie State University Board of Trustees. We now turn to the awarding of master's, baccalaureate, and associate degrees. Names of the individual degree candidates will be read by Dr. Adriana Brandt, Ms. Darlene Dilley, Mr. Chris Gifford, and Dr. Diana Reese. Out of respect for each graduate, I ask students and members of the audience to please remain quiet while the names are announced so that all in attendance may hear. Please withhold your recognition until the entire college has been introduced. Also, we have a professional photographer taking photos of the graduates as they walk through the D. Please keep the area around the D clear to allow us to keep up a timely pace. We have placed the D on the east side of the stadium and others out on campus for family and friends to take photos with their graduate after the ceremony. The candidates for master's degrees will be presented by Dr. Pam Cantrell, Director of Graduate Studies.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates for the degree Master of Accountancy Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have satisfactorily completed or will complete all degree requirements and are presented to you by the graduate faculty with the recommendation that the degree Master of Accountancy be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Cantrell. Candidates will be vested by President Williams and Dean Kyle Wells with the appropriate hood and award your diploma. Will the candidates please come forward onto the stage when their names are read?
Ellen Williams.
Sarah Entz.
Luis Montero.
Dakota Dalton.
Michael Hauga.
Matthew Douglas.
Sia Baina.
Bilikas Adetola.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates for the degrees Master of Marriage and Family Therapy and Master of Technical Writing and Digital Rhetoric. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have satisfactorily completed or will complete all degree requirements and are presented to you by the graduate faculty with the recommendation that the degrees Master of Marriage and Family Therapy and Master of Technical Writing and Digital Rhetoric be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Cantrell. I invite the Master of Marriage and Family Therapy degree candidates and the Master of Technical Writing and Digital Rhetoric degree candidates to come forward to the stage. Candidates will be vested by President Williams and Dean Stephen Lee with the appropriate hood and award your diploma. Will the candidates please come forward onto the stage when their names are read?
Aaron McMullen.
Stacy Kohler.
Jen Stewart.
Natalie Milne.
Sarah Noel Williams.
Julie Blake.
Alan Dressler.
Brian Johnson.
Logan Winder.
Will the candidates for the Masters in Accountancy, Marriage and Family Therapy, and Technical Writing and Digital Rhetoric please rise? On the recommendation of the graduate faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on each of you the degree of Master of Science or Master of Arts. I extend to you the congratulations and best wishes of your university. Congratulations. You may be seated.
We now turn our attention to the awarding of the baccalaureate degrees. The candidates from the College of the Arts will be presented by Dean Jeffrey Jarvis.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the College of the Arts. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in Art, Art Education, Dance, Digital Film, Music, Music Education, Theater or Theater Education, or the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Studio Art or the Bachelor of Music in Music Performance. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present the candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Jarvis. I invite the candidates from the College of Arts to come forward and receive their diploma.
Cody Sylvain.
Kara White.
Logan Killeen.
Madison Thomas.
Joshua France.
Josiah Segrist.
McKay Coombs.
Justin Pagilla.
Matina Reap.
Hayden Snyder.
Donovan Diggs.
Nicholas Siebold.
Missy Jensen.
Montgomery Peterson.
Morgan Erickson.
Jessica Carroza.
Miriam Gonzalez.
Brooke Marchetti.
Earl Dean Evans.
Kara Brown.
Bailey Fillmore.
McKellen Barber.
Tara Baird.
Kendra Johnson.
Elliot Mahong.
Warren Clement Morgan.
Kimber Cottom.
Sierra Lewis.
Cassandra Flinders.
The candidates from the College of Business will be presented by Dean Kyle Wells.
Provost of the course, I wish to present the candidates from the College of Business. Will the candidates please rise? Provost of the course, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degrees Bachelors of Arts or Science in Accounting, Management, Information Systems and Analytics, Finance, or Marketing. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present the candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Wells. I invite the candidates from the College of Business to come forward to receive their diploma.
Ryan Magan.
Coden Hunt.
Alexi Wilkinson.
Ricky Ramos.
Haley Anderson.
Andrew Basil.
Daleen Tawaili.
Brianna Denny.
Zachary Belliston.
Lauren Winkler.
Austin Piper.
Emily White.
Brianna Carroll.
Lehona Hepworth.
Funga Ta'afua.
Aubrey Campbell.
Osana Naomi Ezekia.
Melanie Mason.
Judy Fulea Tufulu.
Andrew Austin.
Julia Akena Sufayu.
Isabella Davis.
Fidelia Idamedia.
McKaylee Weatherston.
Madison Jones.
Jaylene Hernandez.
Braden Allen.
Robin Olson.
Tanner Harper.
Raymond Thompson.
Ben Petty Hull.
Allie Thompson.
Jacob Engel.
Madison Sandra Entz.
Dylan Hendrickson.
Aspen Hickman.
Cody Wilstead.
Landon Reynolds.
Devin Moneygood Osborne.
Cody Bell.
Sydney K. Johnson.
Samantha Summer.
Jake Wyatt Cady.
Kaylee Graham.
Morgan McCormick.
Dason Youngblood.
Megan Hutchinson.
Jared Green.
Mitchell Meese.
Landon Kinder.
Taylor Oldham.
Rowdy Taylor.
Jeremy Hyde.
Michaela Sirayan.
Lydia Whitwer Berry.
Allie Johnson.
Colton Wilden.
Kavika Covington.
Jason Randall Shepard.
Evelyn Garcia.
Zach Knight.
Travis Casey.
Michael Creer.
Rebecca Casey.
Gage Thompson.
Joshua Newbold.
Larson Harris.
Kelsey Cook.
Caden Arnold.
Andrew James Bayless.
Emma Sweet.
Adam Thomas Bayless.
James Christensen.
Gerard Holzapfel.
Callan Webster.
Addison Biasi.
Christopher Grasso.
Gary Michael John.
Braden Nelson.
Elizabeth Ordunton.
Taylor Earnshaw.
Kendrick Spencer.
Colby Scott.
Jamie Oshley.
Haley Nelson.
Carla Sofia Oliva Portillo.
Eric Brinkerhoff.
Leonardo Lupiano.
Nicholas Weber.
Colby Rosado.
Candidates from the College of Education will be presented by Dean Brenda Saby.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the College of Education. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, Bachelor in Individualized Studies, or Bachelor of Arts or Science in Integrated Studies. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present the candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Saby. I invite the candidates from the College of Education to come forward and receive their diploma.
Alicia Johnson.
Emily Boyer.
Isabel Wilson.
Tiffany Warren.
Trisha Lynn Black.
Julianne Ryder.
Kristen Olson.
Hannah Weber.
Morgan Spendlove.
Tiffany Price.
Carly Young.
Aaron Warner.
Brittany Joe Anderson.
Elizabeth Phillips.
Brinley Polson Stratton.
Danielle Simpkins.
Aubrey Lauren Hendrickson.
Jaden Janelle Jensen.
Morgan Woksh Smothers.
Jordan Nicole Olson.
Trenton Pledger.
Melanie Dobbs.
Amanda Mildenhall.
Miranda Willits.
Callie Hammond.
Rebecca Mary Goetz.
Madison McDougall.
Benjamin Scott Ballard.
Kaylee Casey Tapia.
Mariah M. Wilson.
Hattie Hardy.
Morgan Radley.
Savannah Fuja.
Madison Goodwin.
Ashley Glass.
Spencer McMullen.
Emma Piper.
Kara Dawn Bound.
Cassie Galetka.
Heather Wozab.
Chanley Levitt.
Jennifer Bulkley.
Michaela Colleen Robinson.
Kaylee Pipkin.
Sally Schlegel Furlong.
Megan Dotson.
J.R. Pena.
Aldana Nicole Aguirre Silva.
Brianna Timms.
Brooke Thornock.
Alyssa Bloxam.
Emily Gonzalez.
Paris Feltner.
McKay Wallace.
Kylie Olson.
Caitlin Barton.
Leslie Williamson.
Macy Rice.
Summer Simpkins.
The candidates from the College of Health Sciences will be presented by Dean Ellie Bermudez.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the College of Health Sciences. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Science in Dental Hygiene, Exercise Science, Medical Laboratory Science, Nursing, Population Health, Recreation and Sports Management, or Bachelor of Applied Science in Health Administration. On the recommendation of the faculty, I'm pleased to present these candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Bermudez. I invite the candidates from the College of Health Sciences to come forward and receive their diploma.
Courtney Christensen.
Vanessa Wilson.
Tabitha Meekum.
Courtney Curtis.
Amber Hart.
Troy Murray.
Andrew Evans.
Michaela Elise Johnson.
Zachary Page.
Jada Edwards.
Jeff Kohler.
Mashawn Roosh.
Holden Lyman.
Adele Brown.
Shandy Atkin.
Andrea Camacho.
Sienna Steck.
James Baird.
Made Alder.
Megan Rupenthal.
Janessa Benson.
Baylor Church.
Kennedy McMullen.
Ashley Warren.
Angie Leishman.
Caitlin Digert.
Jaden Peterson.
Alexa Murray.
Garrett DeMille.
Sophie Stewart.
Cameron Hughes.
Ariel Strelo.
Blake Timothy.
Taylor Brown.
Gabrielle Rothman.
Allie Wheeler.
Jenny Perez.
Macy Stevenson.
Sky Hodson.
Elizabeth Del Toro.
Cameron Arnold.
Ethan Del Toro.
Leaf Johnson.
Dayton Denter.
Tyler Bird.
Rain Henches.
Jeremy Joseph.
Lauren Rawlings.
Derek Drake.
Megan Holmes.
Alexis Wilson.
Mitchell Holmes.
Tiana Olson.
Tadrina Joe.
Amber Minchie.
Myra Perry.
Hannah Keller.
Pamela Fernandez.
Brandon Bagley.
Ariana de la Paz.
Courtney Hancock.
Connor Davis.
Heather Osnes.
Sydney DeMille.
Kenzie Bradley.
Reagan Brown.
Samantha Slack.
Sydney Springer Staley.
Taylor Britt.
Jessica Sorensen.
Morgan Rogers.
Madison Child.
Tori Schweitzer.
Nakel Peterson.
Amanda Dury.
Hadley Mon.
Katie Esplin.
Taylor Nelson.
Abby Monson.
McKenna Christiansen.
Vanessa McMillan.
Madison Rife.
Paige Stout.
Jordan Nelson.
Crystal Shumway.
Aubrey Talbot.
Addison Cummings.
Brian Bitton.
Bailey Taylor.
Elijah Ander.
Tyler Pendergrass.
Lanieta Popoali'i.
Andrew Cullup.
Griselda Mawia.
Brandon Kent.
Miranda Keala Makia.
Peyton Berg.
Hannah Hanks.
Bonnie Harris.
Soraya Holsinger Backer.
Sydney Allen.
Adam Christensen.
Kylie Gubler.
Dallin Lutz.
Lindsay Erickson.
Ku'ua Mehula.
Gwen Benskin.
David Holloway.
Aaron Huff.
Brianne Holloway.
Stephanie Peacock.
Caitlin Webster.
Rebecca Heaton.
Brooke Taylor.
Keziah Kelly.
Kesley Stevenson.
Brooklyn Williams.
Deshka Olson.
Allison Ellerman.
Kelsey Tong.
Carly Jacoby.
Sage Fredrickson.
Rachel Schweitzer.
Claire Bennett.
Sarah Graham.
O.C. Levitt.
Camry Suhensky.
Braden Bonner.
Ashlyn Olson.
Carson Hop.
Madison Phillips.
Tristan King.
Caitlin Radmal.
Tyson Banner.
Colby Thornley.
Haley Rothwell.
Leslie Johnson.
Karina Marchant.
Riley Slack.
Alicia Peterson.
Mari Schwakowski.
Dane Campbell.
Cassie Pendleton.
Nathan Heward.
Chelsea Moore.
Kyle Hosney.
Heidi Green.
Shay Potter.
Justin Baker.
Heather Hansen.
McKay Brown.
Lauren Olson.
David A. Garcia.
Bradley Mayhew.
Mackenzie Robinson.
Hannah Flores.
Brittany Brinkerhoff.
Alex Wimber.
Aubrey Marchant.
Ryan Sudweeks.
Cameron DeBuck.
John Mauauto.
Shayla Nielsen.
Aubrey Esplin.
Casey Sorensen.
Jack Ivy.
Esmeralda Donis.
Mikkel Brown.
Mackenzie Feltner.
Michaela Cannon.
Ashton Werlow.
Gottfredson. Nate and Skylar Gottfredson.
Braden Reber.
Kennedy Singer.
Courtney Hutchinson.
Kai Fisher.
Megan Anders.
Haley Strazdrupka.
Brooke Wayman.
Marlene Chiarte.
Phyllis Kitsiliboy.
Janae Tigner.
Faitotoa Falio.
Victor Marakin.
Oscar Bastida.
The candidates from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences will be presented by Dean Stephen Lee.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Arts or Science in Applied Sociology, Criminal Justice, English, History, Psychology, Social Science, Composite Teaching, or Spanish. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present the candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Lee. I invite the candidates from the College of Humanities and Social Science to come forward and receive their diploma.
Estrella Arguera Mercedes.
Kimberly Denise Kuhn.
Andrea Aguirre Silva.
Brooke Griffin.
Jordan Parkinson.
Yenny Cruz.
Monique Chavez.
Sierra McLaughlin.
Michonne White.
Victoria Olson.
Brittany Sprunt.
Casey Muse.
Madison Webster.
Megan Hunt.
Kurt Crofts.
Megan Bush.
Autumn Nuzman.
Brock Averett.
Emily Mildenhall.
Kimberly Gowans.
Ashton Corsetti.
Teresa Housley.
Lady Mary McFadden.
Christian Gentry.
Ashton Stubblefield.
Stephanie Dupar.
Megan Reed.
Kiera Parham.
Sonia Marie Pena Blea.
Forrest Wyatt Stafford.
Grace
Hannah.
Grace Wayland.
Hannah Dismute.
Dimara Benali.
Elizabeth Benita Range.
Sadie Rhodes.
Justine Purvis Frias.
Morgan Young.
Keegan Graff.
Madison Young.
Christopher Williamson.
Jacob Golden.
Lauren Curry.
Keely Whitten.
Sarah Nicole Combs.
Shay Durant.
Emma Seveny.
Jessica Sorensen.
Julia Jensen.
Taryn Randall.
Chase Jenkins.
Larisha Lee. Maria Eva Tiatia.
Ryan Whitney.
Trina Meyer.
Ava Shepard.
Paige Stevenson.
Christina Perez.
Zoe Knight.
Jaron Studley.
Kevin Thomas Schwartz.
Jason Tyler Smith.
Conley Hyde.
Benjamin Stevens.
Victoria Paller.
James Stone.
Michaela Geegan.
Alina Walker.
Taylor Broughton.
Sydney Makimo.
Caitlin Bissenden.
Pamela Holiday.
Kirby Lish.
Ashley Hall.
Benjamin Cox.
Rihanna Lyle.
Ben Kennelly.
Sarah Wood.
Tylen Sago.
Destiny Pedro Smith.
Ben Swallow.
Nathan Nipko.
Osiah Manor.
Zoe Clark.
Riley Martin.
Chelsea Ponce.
Annie Isaac.
Abby Cornhole Smith.
Jace Tilley.
Ricardo Villa.
Nicole Graff.
Isabel Chata Herrera Pedro.
Sienna Kruger.
Sydney Berenne.
Olivia Renza.
Madison Brush.
Andrea Michelle Oliva Portillo.
Sierra Scacco.
Jessica Hug.
Lindsay Hope.
Carolina Morea Rosenkrantz.
Garrett Clark.
Catherine Felipe.
Michaela Lutali.
Katie K. Struble.
Maya Minton.
Stephen Gawilliam.
Anthony Yarbrough.
Walt Benda.
Tyler Heaton.
Vanessa Dawson.
Darius Nash.
Parker White.
Imani St. Louis.
McKinley Drave.
Jasmine Cox.
Sarah Prince.
Paris Wilcox.
Hannah Endorf.
Kaylee Hanson Wood.
Abigail Earl.
Kate Pedersen.
Shane Andrus.
Jessica Powell.
Heather Graff.
Ilea Lacey Thompson.
Michael Santaskoy.
Ainsley Moak.
Carter O'Driscoll.
Selena Donaldson.
Chase, the chosen one Hess.
Kaylin Weed.
Tavita Gerber.
Angelica Chavez Cañas.
Michaela Thompson.
Ashley Fernandez.
Cade Sperlin.
Divinity Ledesma.
Jack Gonzalez.
Brisa Nawahine.
Donald Estuardo Ramos Fernandez.
Adib Jaouni.
Chad Hunter Jasperson.
Jasmine Magana.
McKenna Dutton.
Emily Nicole Flores.
Sarah Ray Vadrine.
Megan Larkin.
Haley Love.
Jake Brown.
Crete Gallagher.
Cassidy Sierra Davis.
Maddie Jackson.
McKinley Hatch.
Aubrey Gurney.
Heido Vallejo.
Georgie Olson.
Brianna Null.
Breon Pike.
Stephanie Tellez.
Brianna Leon.
Miriam Mora.
Tia Malloy.
Samantha Roybal.
Kelsey Ann Tolanen.
Callie Baker.
Austin Baker.
Kate Maddock.
Aaron Stanley.
Casey Anderson.
Brianna Moyahi.
You need help?
The candidates from the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology will be presented by Dean Eric Pedersen.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. Will the candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degrees Bachelor of Arts or Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Biology Education, Chemistry, Computer Engineering, Computer Science, Design, Electrical Engineering, Mathematics, Mathematics Education, Applied and Computational Math, Mechanical Engineering, Physical Science, Composite Teaching, and Software Engineering. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present these candidates.
Thank you, Dean Pedersen. I invite the candidates from the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology to come forward and receive their diplomas.
Paige Watts.
Mishaya Meller.
Danielle Garcia.
McCabe Johnson.
Jackie Hernandez.
Navy Nielsen.
Chiffon Jonas.
Chenki Lee.
Jacob Bracken.
Kaylee Armstrong.
Kiefer Robertson.
Tess Larkin.
Marissa Hamblin.
Cassandra Finkbeiner.
Brianna Dodson.
Haley Anderson.
Katie Empey.
Colton Rosendahl.
Kelsey Jackson.
Thomas D. Christensen.
Daniel Myers.
Alec Wall.
Colton Johnston.
Colton Harris.
Leah Livings.
Jordan Calloway.
Mary Odufolorin.
John Brady Ames.
Cayman Homestead.
Tanner Aldridge.
Dallin Rosenkrantz.
Aaron Baleen.
Brian Jones.
Hunter Fry.
Logan Thompson.
Kelton Hunt.
Diego Morfin.
Cade Bunting.
Meg Hicken.
Luke Stokes.
Hannah Ripley.
Logan Schweitzer.
Evelyn Escobar.
Jackson Davis.
Nathaniel Nielsen.
Cody Joe McKinley.
Audrey Hyde.
Mark Bate.
Luis Baltazar.
Travis Hansen.
Dylan Fensky.
Chandel Nichols.
Antoine Florian.
Andrew Jackson.
Grant Sandoval.
Natalie Vialta.
Danica Fellows.
Tavinder Kaur.
Jasmine Knowles.
Dylan Hammonds.
Jessica Lestarzik Williams.
Thomas Hauk.
Cody Anderson.
Faith Lawrence.
Firis Hanov.
Reagan Compton.
Jordan Spackman.
Kate Berry.
Ola Odajai.
Hannah McCormick.
Joshua Gerontis.
Charlotte Griffin.
Casey Anderson.
Natalie Klein.
Seth Kroll.
Kelsey Banner.
Rachel Jackman.
Shelley Murdoch and Taylor Murdoch.
Brian Terrell.
Seth Nielsen.
Braxton Barnes.
Chandler Young.
Dominique Yellowhair.
Casey Black.
Cade Gardner.
Jordan Dockstader.
Parker Watkins.
Amy Butts.
Adam Hunt.
William Dickinson.
Nick Warner.
Nathan Kelly.
Jenica Lovell.
Jeffrey Tanner Baird.
Rylan Woods.
Kira Haramis.
Brooke Johnston.
Anson Atkin.
Onunechi Susan Indubisi.
Mokunfope Akomolede.
Abimola Alalue.
Abdulmalik Animashan.
The candidates for the associate degree programs will be presented by Dean Kelly Peterson Fairchild.
Provost LaCourse, I wish to present the candidates from the associate's degree programs. Will all the associate degree candidates please rise? Provost LaCourse, these candidates have completed or will complete all the requirements for the degree of Associate of Art or Science in General Studies, Associate of Science in Business, Associate of Arts or Science or Applied Science in Early Childhood Education, and the Associate of Applied Science in Emergency Medical Services, Medical Radiography, Nursing, Physical Therapist Assistant, Respiratory Therapy, Surgical Technology, Criminal Justice, General Marketing, General Technology, Operations Management, and Pre-Engineering. On the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to present the candidates to you.
Thank you, Dean Peterson Fairchild. I invite the candidates for the associate degrees to come forward and receive their diploma.
Jameson M. Day.
Natalie Briggs.
Tanya Jorgensen.
Briley Clegg.
Erin Atkinson.
Aubrey Dayton.
Allie Manning.
Gianna Collins.
Bailey Basil.
Lindsay Graff and Haley Graff.
Megan Langford.
Lupita Medina.
Maria Hernandez.
Michaela Porter.
Joshua Rasband.
Sarah Richardson.
Brittany Borman.
Elijah Cascanet.
Peyton Williams.
Jimena Garcia.
Alexandra Grange.
Michaela Brown.
Ariana Olasaba.
Cassie Crichton.
Braden Davis.
Sam Lindsay.
Thane Hunter.
Ethan Kesterson.
Cheyenne Hartman.
Lacey Durant.
Cheyenne Barfoot Axtell.
Destiny Alatorre.
Giselle Montalvo.
Kenzie Wright.
Macy Christensen.
Tylee Blackner.
Carlos Plummer.
Ashley Bonney.
Jose Moya.
Katrina Christensen.
McKenna Hodge.
Sophia Pullen.
Cody O'Brien.
Rachel Cortez.
Kennedy Cobb.
Cynthia Bautista.
Ethan Mowry.
Simone Summer Smith.
Indigo Sky Nelson.
Sage Dalton.
Bailey Foster.
Elizabeth Schaefer.
Preston Cantu.
Erica Schaefer.
Taylor Jesenowski.
Brandy Jean Barlow.
Jamie Taylor.
Macy Jo Page.
Reuben Taylor.
Colton Barlow.
Cheryl Hawkins.
McKinley Mortensen.
Aaliyah Augustin.
Hannah Phillips.
Michaela Clements.
Haley Souza.
Yara Albedri.
Liberty Hooten.
Sarah Riviera.
Caitlin Timms.
Jessica Michelle Willard.
Connor Baird.
Erica Crawford.
Cameron Ross.
Sadie Ballard.
Roxana Gallagher.
Sabrina Hooker.
Isabella Evans.
Nash T. Stout.
Erin Cox.
Elijah Canlin.
Alex Dismuke.
Pranay Patel.
Sydney Davis.
Peyton Kawaka.
Tanner Davis.
Skylar Yeager.
Michael Gonzalez.
Nathaniel Redfern.
Caitlin Dees.
Brinley Hickson.
Benjamin Dees.
Ashlyn Payne.
Alexandra Frickberg.
Moira George.
Leilani Haro.
Blakely Fairchild.
Francisco Hurtado.
Abigail Hatch.
Lydia the Machine Watterson.
Kennedy Schemback.
James Jeffs.
Jason Morwood.
Madeline King.
Travis Jones.
Maya Lefevre.
Ryan Lister.
Tiancum Denovan.
Ethan Harder.
Porter Stewart.
Catherine Lingle.
Connor Burns.
Logan Jackman.
Connor McAllister.
Rachel Doherty.
Cortland Sullivan.
Malia Aldridge.
Dylan Esplin.
Brevin Bell.
Brecken Abbott.
Cameron Robertson.
Abraham Flores.
Hunter Robertson.
Lillian Alt.
Emma Ferguson.
Mason M. Mertlick.
Emery Busk.
Brinley Brooks.
Trinity Terry.
Bailey Tunnel.
Mikkel Jensen.
Parker Hansen.
Taylor Stannard.
Brandon Birch.
Tyler Stevens.
Emma Holt.
Mary Lou Pineda.
Amory Carter.
Miley Fadouk.
Jennifer Engel.
Max Peterson.
Porter Smith.
Daniel Gonzalez.
Claire Phelps.
Rebecca Hughes.
Colby Ibsen.
Kyler McDermott.
Benjamin Stevens.
Kason David Graff.
Riley Pitcher.
Julie Lyman.
Helena Morford.
Alexandra Mode.
Haley Harrison.
Deanna Moreno Rivera.
Matilda Gibb.
Lillian Craig.
Krista Taylor.
Brinley Albrecht.
Jadzia Kryling.
Andrew Larson.
Brenna Abel.
Brenly Shirts.
Shadena Tupai.
Hannah Maybe.
Jordan Waite.
Jade Ing.
Darcy Hafen.
Juliana Hatcher.
Marie Hafen.
Brian Hatcher.
Martha Hafen.
Hannah Shea.
Cassandra Briseño.
Alici Ferrari.
Carlos Garcia.
Misty Snuffer.
Mackenzie Kelsch.
Alyssa O'Mara.
Claire Newbold.
Tyler Gardner.
Kylie Messinger.
J.P. Powell.
Alyssa Jarvis.
Amber Bird.
Naomi Campbell.
Michaela Uzalak.
Tessa Ashford.
Megan Standing.
Jenna Scott.
I now ask all undergraduate degree candidates to please rise. By the authority vested in me by the Dixie State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you, including those in absentia, the appropriate degree Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Bachelor of Applied Science, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. You may now shift your tassels to the left, signifying conferral of the degrees. You can be seated. I wish now to introduce DSU's Alumni President and member of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Kelly Prince, who will welcome our newest alumni.
Graduates, congratulations, and welcome to the Dixie State Alumni. I am proud to be here as the Dixie State Alumni President. Today we are celebrating you and your time at DSU. You are the future of Dixie State, and we are looking forward to the great things you will accomplish. During your time here, you have found friends, passions, direction, and developed into the person you are today. No matter where you are from or where you end up, you all have one thing in common now, and that is the red sand in your shoes forever, and Dixie. Your legacy starts now. We look to our past and see those that came before us, and we look to the future to those who will come because of you. I have the privilege of being a part of that legacy. My mom came here in the 50s. I came here a couple years ago. And my daughter is here today carrying on that legacy and tradition. As you move forward, I hope you will keep a part of Dixie in your heart. You as alumni are always welcome here at Dixie State, your home. We hope you will visit often. Remember, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Congratulations on graduating, and welcome to the Dixie State University Alumni Association. Remember, if trailblazing was easy, the road would be paved. Go Trailblazers!
Thank you, Trustee Prince. It will now be our pleasure to honor one of DSU's great traditions as we listen to Rowena DeFiore's quintet arrangement of Just for Now, performed by members of Dixie State University's Raging Red, Ms. Sadie Brinkerhoff, Ms. Courtney Ramos, Ms. Samantha Egar, Mr. Ryan Gamma, Mr. Caleb Mosley, and Mr. Colton Madsen, after which I invite Grand Marshal Parson to come forward.
We get sentimental whenever we hear the school songs of Dixie or meet with the old gang. We start reminiscing of days that are past and wonder why such happy times cannot last. But the hour is growing late, it's time for us to part. Strange how swiftly the moments take flight. Friends and sweethearts must soon say goodnight. Just for now, just for now. We've sung the last refrain, the echo softly died, like the school days when we had such fun. We'll remember them though they are done. Just for now, just for now. See the clock in the church tower, its lights have grown dim. The moon o'er the campus is faded and thin. And so the years will pass, our friends will come and go, and that's why we hate saying adieu to the ones who are so tried and true. But we must, though it's just for now.
Thus, we bring this ceremony to an end. Please remain seated for the recessional until the stage participants and the faculty have left the floor. Thank you.
Thank you.